I am Locutus of Borg.
Hi guys, I'm Locutus, and welcome back to the Collective. And welcome back to Star Trek Online. So we're just going to decline that for a moment. So I don't want to get involved in anything else. As you can see here, I did cave in after the last episode, and I bought myself this shiny looking little Oberth class ship here. Because I could. And I don't mind buying the occasional bits and pieces, even though it's a quote unquote free to play game. Because when all said and done, I kind of consider that, my subscription fee effectively for playing a game that I'm having a great deal of fun out of. So let's engage the engines, get this guy underway. It's a fairly nippy little ship. I've got this enhanced plasma manifold, which allows me to buff all my settings for a little bit. And also sensor analysis, which locks onto a target and gives me bonuses against it. I don't know if that's a general science vessel thing. It's been a while since I've played one, or if that's just how they work. We are, however, going to move that over there, that over there, because I like having my... Oh, what's that? And that is... Oh, standard sensor scan, which just straight up buff stuff. We're going to take torpedoes off auto fire and put them in slot 4. It's just an old habit I got into. I like having my torpedoes forward and aft on 4 and 5. It's just convenient where the keys are for me, and that's how I play it. So, let's carry on our playthrough of the normal mission arcs. So today we're going to carry on with the Klingon War arc, and we are going to do Stranded in Space.
You can team up with other ship commanders if you need help completing your mission.
Oh, right, okay. Apparently I've already got the mission, so...
You can team up with other...
So yeah, we've got a distress call for a Bolian freighter. So I actually did accept that at the end of last week. SS Azura, it's more than 20 hours overdue for arrival at Earth space dock. It may need assistance. Dana Brott is an experienced captain and the daughter of a former Starfleet officer. It's not like her to be out of contact. So yeah, we've got to head to sector space and go find the Azura. Now, this is slightly different. Apparently this is one of the missions that's also been overhauled slightly from how it was originally in the game. It used to be... This used to be the first mission you would play after the tutorial. But they've changed things around a bit, put diplomatic orders first, and Stranded in Space is now mission 2, it seems. Well, technically it's mission 3. There's the replay of that... what on earth is that? There's some cool looking stuff around here. It's quite a nippy little ship, this thing. I want to get a little bit closer so I can see what that is. Info. Oh, it's a Voth carrier. Didn't know you could get those as players. And that is... I'm not sure what that is. It looks Dominion. Might be Andorian, possibly. Zal Heavy Cruiser. I have no idea what a Zal Heavy Cruiser is. Or what faction it's supposed to relate to. There's another USS Apollo. Intel Science. There's a lot of ships in this game now, a lot of which I don't recognise because it's been a while since I've played properly, but anyway. Stranded in space, we need to set a course for the SS Azura, which is over there. And we'll see what's going on. Now, as I said, I've played this mission dozens of times because, well, it was the original starter mission. However, what missions are... they've overhauled it apparently. I haven't played it for a while, so I'm curious to see what the differences are. And for those of you who are just watching this through and never played Stowe, or maybe are playing through for your first time, or having a go after having played this, or having seen me play a little bit.
Ships in range. This is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. Warp core containment field down. Radiation flooding ship. Communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Calm down. Okay. So yeah, let's go help that stranded freighter. So it looks like they're badly damaged. What could have damaged them?
To any ships in range, this is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured, taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Okay, keep tracking that distress signal. I guess we'll deal with the Orions. Who are immediately wailing on the ship. Well, that won't do at all. Oh, two more of them. Let's go. Yep, sensors are picking up several light attack craft, and it's of course full powder shields. Take us in. Let's kick they asses.
Scanning in progress.
Just have some crafting mats while we're here. Reasonably maneuverable little ship. We are, however, going to have to make a couple of changes. Because these aren't on my alt keys at the moment. That's better. That's those two down. Full impulse, or full impulse, yeah, screw it, full impulse, we'll just get in there quickly. Yeah, we've got proper modern torpedoes, as you can see as well. Still got the old school phasers, but we'll replace those soon enough with more modern phasers. Okay, Captain, I'm detecting high levels of radiation on the Azura. Let's beam over there and find out what's going on then. Ooh. This is different.
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
Okay, try to keep a look on prepare to transport survivors, I guess. Hey, we've got a proper phaser now, haven't we? Let's go. Energize. Oh, we've still got the old school transporter effect. That's something I've noticed with the game. The transporter effects and sensor effects are determined by what era of character you select when you start the game. So, even though I'm in a 25th century ship now, I've got the Discovery era effects, which, yeah, it's kind of cool, but at the same time it feels a bit janky. I kind of wish it was more set by the ship you were using rather than... never mind. So, I'm picking up multiple life size. Some of them are on the Azura's captain and crew, but the rest are Orion. Plasma locks are barring our controls. User consoles to bypass the primary conduits. Rescuing survivors is top priority. So yeah, let's... let's loot everything we can. Okay, so the gate hasn't changed that much. It's still the same old stranded in space mission. Although there does seem to be a bit less random combat. Okay, let's apply some treatment. We are a science officer with some basic medical knowledge. Okay. That's not openable. Let's shut down this plasma leak. Where's the rest of my bridge crew? Are they stuck? That's another thing to bear in mind with away missions. Your away team has a habit of getting themselves stuck behind walls sometimes. I think they've somehow got themselves stuck in some weird little bugged area. Never mind. We should be able to do this without them. So I need a couple of Orions. Already my crew for. I'm invincible. This guy's treated. Loot all the stuff. Scan this gas here. Crafting materials become more interesting later on. Suffice to say you need them for weapon upgrades and things of that nature. It's in your best interest to grab any of them you can when you get the chance to. Okay, heal injured crew. Have I not healed them yet? I did heal. I've healed at least 2 of them. Okay. Okay, I think that Acolyte's bugged because I have literally just healed the 3 injured crewmen that were down here. I'm not sure what species these guys are supposed to be as well. Maybe I can't beam them out until they're injured crewmen. Okay. Never mind. I guess we'll just press on. Maybe we can't beam them out until the plasma leaks are shut down. Captain Brott. Failure of the anti-mana containment Azura. Unless the breach is contained, the Azura will be destroyed.
We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near it. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my...
Okay. Can I stabilize the warp core? Okay, you can't do that without engineering training, apparently. Maybe I can get the crew to come with me on the way back? Klingons.
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a freighter. But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
Okay. I was about to say they haven't changed much about this mission, but this is new. Klingons never turned up the first time. So... Okay, I am confused as hell as to what you're supposed to do with these. Well, I got myself stuck in a wall there for a second. So yeah, this mission, I like the overhaul of it. It does seem to be more than a little bugged, to put it mildly. There doesn't seem to be any way of actually treating the injured crewman that it says I need to heal as a science officer, so I'm a little confused as to what I'm supposed to do there. I can't use my actual heal abilities on them. I guess we'll return to the aft cargo bay. Okay, get to the transporter. Away team to collective, are you ready for transport? Azura's radiation levels are returning to normal. Survivors of the Azura are on the transporter pad. Get us off the ship. Okay, we talked to Ryan. Reinforcements on the way, Captain. Need you back on the bridge. Okay, so we have to get back to the transporter pad ourselves. Including the rest of my crew have somehow materialized inside a wall. Yeah, okay. It's a little bit hinky if you do that, apparently, but let's use the turbo lift to get back to the bridge. I'm curious to know, if I'd stayed on the older ship, would my transporter room still have looked like that? But, well, I never know now. So, incoming message.
Leave now if you know it's good for you, Starfleet. We are taking this ship, her crew, and her cargo.
I think not. So yeah, this is new. Negvar? This is another one of the things I don't like about Star Trek Online. The ships you face scale by level rather than by the ships they are, so even though that's a Negvar, it's still like a level 1 ship, effectively, or the equivalent level to myself. I would much prefer it if, you know, the level of the ship scaled effectively with, you know, what I'm supposed to be fighting. So a Negvar was still appropriately scary. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a big ship, it's well armed, but it's not remotely scary as a Negvar should be. And it doesn't matter how well I fly, whatever, a Negvar should not be a match. Sorry. An Oberth class science vessel should not be able to defeat a Negvar. And yet, I'm not even taking a break in a sweat here. But never mind. You know, I'd prefer if that was, say, a D7 or something. Okay, let's get Captain Brott beamed out of there before the ship explodes.
Attempting to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott, sir. Boosting containment. We have her, Captain.
Just in the nick of time. Okay, Captain Brott has requested that we take her and her crew to the sector space stuff. It will get them to home from there. She said she'd be happy to speak to you if you wish. Yeah, I'll speak to her.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
Okay, what was the Azura's mission?
The Azura was a transport ship. Best in the quadrant. Mostly I hauled medical supplies.
Okay.
I don't save the galaxy on a regular basis like you Star. You
Okay,
saved my crew.
nothing interesting.
There's thieves, pirates, and a whole lot of trouble if you ask me. Raiders have always been a danger to ships like mine, but you saved my crew.
Okay.
We have been having trouble with the warp core for a few days. I was hoping when the containment field started to collapse, I used every bit of power we had to help stabilize it. The minute I rerouted power from the shields to the containment field, the Orions were there. For all I know, they detected I was in trouble and were waiting for the right time to pounce.
Okay.
You saved my crew. Go back to Bellaris for a few weeks, I suppose. I have enough latinum saved up to get me back on my feet. As soon as I can get another ship, I'll be doing transport runs again. I have customers waiting.
Just try not to explode next time.
You saved my crew.
That's all, Captain. Let's get out of here. You also get the Discovery Warp animation as noted there, which, you know, I kind of like some of the stuff there, but it's, in a way, I, you know, kind of wish it was ship specific. But I guess you can't have everything. So let's hail Starfleet.
Well done. You saved that crew
doing it
just in
automatically.
time.
Okay, so we get the Azura personal comm cards for the Azura 2. Her new ship, she'll come and she's basically a mobile bank summon now. Get some armor, I get a better shield array, and a better warp core.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And I have been promoted to Lieutenant Commander. Which means I get access to new ships. So, yes, I'll return to Earth shortly. We'll do that now.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system. Because all...
We will decline that for the moment. We will do that mission next time. But for now, let's do... We've got some new skills to purchase. We've got a ground skill and a space skill. I kind of want advanced shield capacity. And for ground skills... Weapon expert. I just like more damage. Gets you through the ground missions faster. Because, in all honesty, the ground missions are the weakest part of STO. So, yeah, let's head back to Earth Space Dock. And promotion Lieutenant Commander. We're going to use Transwarp. Because we can. Eventually. And drop it out of warp. Is that what I think it is just below me? That, yeah, is a Universe class Enterprise. Oh my! Okay, you can get an idea of scale there. That's the Enterprise J Universe class. I don't know how you get hold of one of those in game, but wow. You can get an idea of the scale of the thing compared to my little Oberth. That's absolutely enormous. That's a big damn ship. Let's go up and take a look at some of these other guys. Big old Romulan warbird there. Crossfield class. I mean, I'm not exactly a big ship anyway in this Oberth, but anyway, yeah. Let's get into space dock. A Vulcan ship there. And we're just heading to dock the old-fashioned way. Like I said, I can't just skip ahead and just press the dock button, but this is more fun if I'm coming back to get my promotion. And we beam into our space dock. Let's see what we got here then. So, we got a bunch of new toys to equip on a ship. We got some improved personal armor, energy dampening. It's actually the same, so we're going to equip that to one of our other minions. She hasn't got any armor at all, so she can have that. Tamav also doesn't have any armor. We'll give him the next lot. Personal shields. Garbage, garbage, garbage. More garbage. Actually, he can have that. So, discard. Discard. These are all standard issue. Discard. Discard. That's actually a secondary one I got of the same item, so discard. Hypos and everything we are fine with. Standard issue torpedoes, discard. Prototype photon torpedo launcher, Mark 1. Okay, let's have a look at the ship. So, we have Mark II torpedoes. That's less damage. That, however, is identical to my current shields. And that warp core is also identical to my current warp core. The impulse engines are an actual improvement, though, so we'll definitely equip those. And then I guess we'll go to the replicator and recycle all the stuff that is actually worth points. Yep, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. I never use power cells, so we'll dump those. Never really use hypos either, so we'll dump those. Okay. Sort. Done. So, let's go to Shipyard on Earth Space Dock, because we get a new ship now. As we are a Lieutenant Commander. We can also go to our uniforms and pick a new uniform. So, down here, let's go to Ship Requisition. Speak with Ship Vendor for new ship. So, we have one token. So, for Lieutenant Commander, we could have Constitution class cruiser. There are a few options you can change between. You can customize your ship as well. So, we could have Reflit, the Excalibur version, the Vesper version, or if we had a bit of Zen paid for, we could have the Exeter version, which is pretty cool looking. Or we could have an Escort, which is basically a Sabre class, and variants of that. I do like the Ashan variant, that's pretty cool. We could have a Science Vessel, which is basically a Nova class. Quasar class, Rhode Island class refit, has a few extra toys. Science Vessel refit is the Rhode Island. Cruiser refit, there are a couple of extra options. Temporal Science Vessel. That's kind of cool. That's the only options at this level. We are going to... I mean, we are a temporal agent, I guess, technically. There is a part of me that wants that one just because it looks weird, but we're going to go with the good old Nova class. And we're going to buy this one here. And we're going to rename it, obviously, to the USS Collective. Oh, nope, okay. We're going to call it the Collective A. And then we'll go to ship customization. Let's customize our ship a little. That is not our ship. Ah, okay. So what we're going to do is rename this one Collective B. Oh, that would actually cost money now, would it? Okay, we'll do that some other time when I've got more money to spend. So we'll go to ready this ship. Now, this is something I really like that they've added in. Basically, when you ready a ship, it automatically carries over your best equipment. That I really like. Now, it has a secondary deflector. Radiation dot. Secondary deflector Mark II. That's pretty cool. I like that. Engineering console, RCS accelerator. We got all the gadgetry that came with the other ship. Okay, I like that. Now we have Mark II torpedo launchers. We are going to put phaser beam array 132, Mark II phasers. Yep, are at this point just better, so we're going to swap out those old school garbage, and we're going to put torpedoes on there. Shields and warp core and everything I've already got better. And then we will sell all the gubbins off that we can. And we'll dump that one. So goodbye old school stuff. And lastly, we'll go over to customization here. And customize starship. So at the moment we've got the standard Nova class look. Material. I kind of like that darker look, I think. No, I like that sort of shinier metallic look, I think, so we'll go with that one. I'm not worried about the interiors, because I'm not going to change those much. I don't like using the standard setup exactly, so hull is the basic hull section. So we could have Aurora is the standard. Nova is what we are at the moment. Quasar is like that. Don't like the Quasar, it's too angular. Aurora's too thick. I mean, to be honest, out of those, the Nova's the best option. Rhode Island doesn't actually change. Oh no, no. Okay, so the Rhode Island. So we're going to stay on the Nova for the hull option. For the saucer, Aurora, we've got the sort of pointy option. Nova, Quasar like that, or the Rhode Island like that. Again, I think we're probably going to stay with the Nova. What about the underside? Let's have a look at... I mean, the Quasar looks kind of cool. Just looks a bit too... Yeah, I don't like that middle bit. That's sunken... Yeah, staying with the standard Nova. Nacelles, pylons, so we could have... The Aurora pylons are way too splayed. Quasar pylons are a bit too fluffed out. Again, I'm going to stay with the Nova for that. Fleet logo, I don't have one, so... Don't like the Quasar nacelles. Aurora nacelles. I don't like... Nope, you know what? We're just going to stay with bog, standard, Nova. We can have Fleet Emblem or United Federation of Planets. We're going to stay with the United Federation of Planets on that because, frankly, the Fleet Emblem's kind of ugly. Is there an option for none, actually? It's a shame you can't turn that off entirely because it would be nice to turn them off, but... material, you know what, I might actually just go back to material type 1 traditional Starfleet because you can't, it looks a bit too busy with all the registry otherwise. So yeah, and you can put patterns on. I usually like having my ship on Leo pattern. because I just find it looks kind of cool. Yep, that's what we're going with. I like it, and I just go with the standard grey because Starfleet. This, by the way, is a little cool feature you may not know about the game. Any ship you customize in Star Trek Online, there is this option there, 3D print this ship. You can do that, and it'll take you to a browser window where you can order through a third-party company. They will 3D print you a model of your ship, which, you know, if you spend a lot of time playing Stowe and you really want just a little cool little model to put on your desk of your actual ship, they do a number of scales and options. The basic ones are, you're looking about $20 for a little model about the size of like an X-Wing miniature from that sort of game. And it's pretty cool. I've got one little one for my main ship. But, I mean, I would love one of the big ones. They're gorgeous, but they're also really expensive, so I haven't bothered. But anyway, the option is there if you want it, and you can also do, you know, the metallic options. You can have it gold, like, you know, the standard sort of ready room thing. I just thought it was a really cool little idea, but apply these changes, that'll do. And the last thing we're going to do is go into our ship's stations and make sure everyone is... Oh, now we have actually got an option for another person. We've got an ensign science station, so we have room for another science officer. But we don't have another science officer yet. I thought we had another... Did we scrap that? I thought we had another crewman waiting. We'll have to deal with that next time. For the moment, though, I believe if we go in here, we can go to our crew, and we have the option to promote some of these guys. So let's promote her to lieutenant, and her to lieutenant, and her to lieutenant, and him to lieutenant. And that gives them access to a few more abilities, and I believe I have the option to train some of these people in certain skills at certain points, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So now we're going into the tailors. And we are going to update our uniform, because we are now a lieutenant commander. So let's update our color accordingly. And bridge officers. Hang on, that's me still. She gets lieutenant. He gets lieutenant. He gets lieutenant. And lastly, lieutenant. Another thing I would like to, you know, I very much doubt anyone at the Cryptic guys will actually ever see this, or not even Cryptic, whoever runs the game these days. But just a nice little recommendation would be if there was an option to set rank insignia to just current rank, so you didn't have to do that every time. It just did it automatically. But anyway, there we are. That has been the next mission of Stowe, and a little bit of faffery in between as we hit the next rank bracket. You rank up basically every 10 levels in the game, so you know, when I get to level 20 I will become a full commander, and then I get access to the next tier of ships, and there you have it. But let's beam out, take a look at our new ship. There we go. Our diddy little Nova class, pottering along. Not a care in the world. Not very powerful, but it's a good little ship. We're just going to move a couple of these over again. I'll want those where they are. I want my fore and aft torpedoes on 4 and 5, and I want Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, Alt 4 as my various abilities. There we go. Lovely little Nova class, ready to fly around, ready to do battle. Aft torpedoes as well. Aft torpedoes are always a good thing. And we are all set. So, we are going to leave this one here then. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm enjoying running through the game again from the beginning. It's honestly breathing a bit of fresh life into Stowe for me. And I'm really enjoying seeing all the changes that have been made to the game in my absence. And yeah, for the most part, I'm really quite impressed. Star Trek Online, for those of you who played it years ago and are just thinking of it again, you can't really tell from the visuals and from watching someone else play, but I really do recommend give the game another shot if you got bored of it or just didn't get on with it, because they have done a hell of a job overhauling the game, and it really isn't the same game it was years back. And you know, if you hated the game back in the day, it's probably not going to change your mind. But it is a much better game than it was. And so many of the issues that I have with it as a game in of itself, I mean, I've always loved the game regardless, because, hey! Locutus of Borg! It's my name, bitch! Fire! And you're flying JJ-verse garbage! Okay, now I will grant you, the ship is pretty awesome. And it's a very cool looking ship, and it's also a very cool ship in-game. But it's still JJ-verse. By the way, just as a side note, I actually really liked Into Darkness. A lot of people hate it for some reason, I cannot fathom. And a lot of those same people think it's a worse film than Star Trek Beyond, the last of the JJ films, which I think was an absolute travesty of a movie. I mean, it's not Star Trek 5 bad, but then again, Hitler wasn't Star Trek 5 bad. Okay, I'm exaggerating for comic effect there. That's not entirely fair on Hitler. No, sorry. Seriously, though, Star Trek 5 sucks. Anyway, let's call that one a video here. If you guys are enjoying the series, do subscribe, obviously, to see more. And if you've liked this video, do hit the like button. And any comments and feedback are always appreciated. And if you do decide to have a go at Star Trek Online yourself, you know, send me a message in game. I will read it, and you know, leave me a comment. We can, if enough people are interested, we might even start our own little fleet. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. So I will see you guys next time. Cheers.